going to be hard to beat unless Carol figures something out, because I don't think 2-0 or 2-10 will win this match. Here we go. We're putting ourselves on the hook again.
Oh, let's not say we. I believe you're the one who said it. Okay.
Okay, I'll hang in there with that.
Hey, you called it. You know what you're doing. You know, well, you're just on today because I want to congratulate you and your wife, Sue. It's your 26th anniversary today. You want to say something to her?
Yeah. Well, we'll be home in the morning, honey. Happy anniversary at 26. We've been together 29 years. 29 more. Solid 4-pin.
Lane breakdown was up there pretty quick. It was pretty even, 5 and 4, 5 strikes left lane 4 the right. So she struck more on the right lane this last game because it was 4 and 1 going into that game.
Exactly. She shoots that spare. That's a good lesson for people at home. Move to the left and go down the left side of the lane, and you're crossing less boards, so you hit oil dry. And if you have any problems at all with those left-hand spares, just move over and shoot them down the 5th arrow down the left-hand side.
But that's really if you can throw it straight. See, she defeated in match play. But, you know, because oftentimes we tell people, hey, give yourself the whole lane to shoot at it. If they're hooking at it, they really don't want to be over there on the left, do they?
Exactly. If the lanes are hooking too hard.
Well, looks like maybe she did figure something out.
4-pin strike. Let's see if Leanne. Now, Leanne has a little more wrist than anybody else on the telecast today. She hooks the ball a little bit more, so she's a little farther left on the approach. She's playing a little deeper on the lane, and then she's arcing it out and going around that little carry-down spot, or she can get the ball to flip at the pocket a little stronger than the other players.
229 average, Fred, and that is for 48 games. Oh, there's that pin action.
Just that flip at the pocket, got it back. I thought that ball was out the window, hit a little carry down and scooted, and then come in late, but boy, did it knock him out of there.
You know, you called this early on during the warm-ups. You said, hey, you know, I've been looking, I think Leanne has the best shot to the pocket tonight.
Yeah, she looked like she could carry the corners out better. I thought everybody would hit the pocket. I just thought she was going to carry a little bit better.
Here comes the strikes we've been seeing all week.
You could see the different angle of entry, though, on her shot. That ball's going up, arcing, and then turning and really flipping back. And, you know, she really has a heavy, good ball roll. She wanted to thank Tony Hall, player services director, who drilled her up a couple pieces of equipment this week.
A little bit high. You know, and that was probably in an effort, knowing she has to start carrying now. She can't just go 10-pin spare anymore.
Old Deadeye, she just nailed that 10-pin square in the face for that straight ball. Now let's see if she can set another one up. She's got to talk to herself now. She's got to talk herself into getting back in this match. She needs, and she knows she's going to need a string. She hasn't been throwing that many strikes, so boy, you really have to get that mind inside talking to yourself.
Well, the first 2 matches, she was up by 12 after 2 frames because of an error by her opponent. This time, her opponent threw 3 strikes at her. And there she gets to trip the 10-pin out. Right now, Carol Gianotti Block is trailing by 20 pins to Leanne Barrette. We're a third of the way through our semifinal match. See who wins when we come back. We're through 6 frames now. We had to bowl through 2.5 frames because of time. Leanne Barrette spared in the 4th and struck in the 5th and 6th. Carol Gianotti Block left yet another 10-pin in the 5th, spared it, and struck in the 6th. Leanne is now stepping up in the 7th frame. 29-pin lead for Leanne Barrette right now. Can increase it to 39 with another strike.
What she averaged this week, 229. 0.67. Wow, that's a lot of pits.
She knew it. Apparently she was taking a look at the rack. It took a minute. Didn't really like it, but did not ask for a re-rack. She gets 2 re-recs on television. We get 5 during the week. 2 only on TV per game.
Wrist action coming through that ball. She stayed down. Look at it. Oh, yeah. Darn it. Yeah, I knew I didn't like that shot when I let it go.
Knew she didn't like the rack, I think. She was thinking she'd carry that.
I think you're probably right, Jen, because she threw that shot pretty darn good, I thought. Well, this is a big shot here for Carol. She's got a strike working in the 6th. She had a high game of 289 this week, low game of 148. She knows how to strike. She better do one right here to get back in this match.
Hey, there it is. Finally a strike on lane 26. She's had 3 strikes this game on lane 25 and 3 9-pin counts on 26 until now.
Here she just laid it down and rolled a little softer. Now this ball grabs the lane right here. Instead of going on out to the right, it grabbed, turned up, and went flush, high flush in the pocket.
Carol trails by 18 pins. She can take that down to just 8 pins with 1 more strike.
She struck every time this game on this left lane. Let's see if she can do it again. Got a little fast. There's that speed. She needed that strike.
Got that in the oil.
Look here, just comes light off the wall. Well, that thing almost wanted to kick backwards. That would have been an unbelievable break to kick that 2 pins backwards.
Well, Leanne Barrette leading by 19 pins. Stepping up in the 8th frame. 24 and 8. Look at the match play. I mean, 32 games now, 30 pins per win. So 24 games, she got an additional 30 pins each time.
720 bonus pins.
Uh-oh.
Wow, she threw that ball on out to about the 4 or 5 board. Got it out a little too far right, and it couldn't hook that hard today. Watch how far out to the right this ball goes. She lost it a little off her hand. That goes all the way out there to about 5. It makes a late break and just can't get back. Comes in the back door, leaves that crazy split.
2, 4, 8, 10. Now, the way she hooks the ball, she could pick this up.
It's a very strong snapping action on the back end. You hit the 2 lead pins, and the 4 pin will carry out the 8. Didn't hook it quite hard
Gave it a
enough.
run. Well, she's going to want to let the thought of that go, and I talked to her about her keys to her mental game.
I'd have to say my biggest key that I use a lot is visualization. I drive from stop to stop quite often, so I think about bowling a lot as I'm driving because I have a lot of time on the road. And I try and picture my arm swing and just I use a lot of visualization like past tournaments and when I've done well, and I try to just get in a little focus, you know, and I use that a lot.
That's a great tip, Fred. You want to use your positives and remember those and let go of the negatives. You see she did it right there.
Came right back, threw that shot as good as you can throw it after throwing it open. But yes, you talk yourself into it through picturing the good pictures, remembering the good moments, remembering when you win, drawing on those experiences, and then you calm down, you start thinking like a champion again.
And that's kind of some of the things Carol Gianotti Block was telling us, that right now her confidence is so high that it's so much easier for her really to bowl out there because success breeds success.
Yeah, and her and Wendy rooming together, and they're throwing us back and forth. They have this routine every morning when they get up, they do a certain thing. Let's see if she can do her thing here. Ooh, little dice-o-matic shot there. Just opened that rack right up for that roll.
Okay, it's just a 3-pin match. Carol Gianotti Block trailing by 3. We're through 9 frames. Both players have a strike in the 9th. Therefore, whatever Carol does, basically, Leanne is going to have to match.
Get it right down to the 10th frame. It's amazing how many times in our sport it comes right down to that last shot to see who can win this match.
Ooh, another light mixer.
She's elected to go ahead. I'll just play him and let it roll. See if I can carry him out of here. I'm going to do one thing. When you need a strike, there's one key. You better hit the pocket.
That's a good point. Don't do anything crazy. Hit the pocket.
That's it. Sometimes we just throw the high fastball right at them and just boom. But on this condition, throw the high fastball will just slide right by the pocket. So you got to lay it and roll it. Try to roll it to the pocket. Really laid that one and rolled it. Just set her right up. Put that carry down and just scored it forward instead of turning.
Now that hit the hold. She was a little left of the target there.
She may have learned something right there. If she can win this match, she might just be hard to beat this last match. Her eyes just saw something. She said, hey, I got a little shot in there.
With the fade back, fallback type shot.
Oh, fallback, yes.
Great, finishes up with a score of 228. Leanne Barrette can have to throw 2 strikes and 7 pins to win this match.
You got to give Carol a lot of credit there. You know, she'd round out a 2-0, and then she'd round out a 2-10, and then come out and shoot 228. She hit the box. She went 9 strike, 9 strike, 9 strike, strike 9, 3 strikes, and then finished with 9. So that was a pretty darn good game right there she just threw. It's 2 strikes and 7 to win. You just saw in the graphics.
Oh, blows the rack. I think she's thinking about keeping her arm in. She said her father, Dan Barrette, told her that she needs to keep her elbow in. He saw it on a men's telecast, and she was very thankful that he still stays in touch and helps her out. Her father's ill right now and needing a lung transplant. He's at the University of California.
Here is the key shot of the week for this young lady right here. Wow, what a roll she put on that one. She just couldn't roll it any heavier. Got her thumb out clean at the bottom, just laid it and rolled it, and just ripped that. And watch this ball flip over right here. Flips and knocks that 5 right into the 7. Look at that head pin come off the wall. Look at this, down in there low. What a great knee bend this woman has. Yes, get out of there.
7 pins.
7 for the win.
And she gets it. Leanne Barrette defeats Carol Gianotti block.
That was a big ball.
If you want to see where your favorite